Bladesmiths, congratulations, guys. You're both moving to the third and final round of this Forge and Fire Challenge. Now, in this round, we're gonna ask you to go back to your home forges for 4 days. And while you're there, you're gonna be building another blade from the mind of Ben Abbott.
All right, Bladesmiths, I love to rise to a challenge, and I sincerely hope you do too, because what I'm about to ask you to make is this. My Sutton Hoo sword. The Sutton Hoo sword traces its roots back to 7th century England. Named for the burial site in Suffolk where it was discovered, this fierce double-edged blade was light enough to be wielded one-handed, delivering deadly slashes and stabs against opponents. This intricate weapon was previously featured on Forged in Fire when Dave Baker challenged me to build it during the Judges' Home Forge battle, where I spent almost 2 weeks forge welding together twisted Damascus steel to create the complex Damascus design.
So guys, good luck. You got a very difficult challenge ahead of you. We will see you in 4 days.
Let's go.
All right, man.
Do it!
My name is Josh Adams, 36 years old, from Castelia, Ohio, and I'm a security contractor and part-time bladesmith. I really enjoy taking raw materials and making them into something that people admire and enjoy and can use. It's a great stress reliever, too. The billet is in the forge. I'm working on handle pieces, doing a little work here and there. I think that worked pretty good. And I come back over to the forge. Oh, no. I left the billet in the forge too long and just burned up. I'm gonna start over from scratch. It is what it is, plan B. That's why I have a backup plan. This 1060. So I grabbed my 1060, should have been plan A. End of the challenge, even though I tried with the Damascus and it didn't work out, I still made the sword and I'm extremely pleased with it. I feel there's nothing else that I can do to it at this point. I'm excited to see it get used and tested.
My name's Jared Irby. I'm 38 years old. I'm from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I'm a driver, engineer, paramedic for a fire department in North Texas. I'm fortunate enough that my fire department job pays the bills. So the money I make from the knives that I build gives me the opportunity to give a couple $1,000s a year to kids' cancer research. This thing's got to get heated up, and then we're going to quench it. If there's any number of things that can go wrong. There we go. Any one of those would be catastrophic. It didn't shatter into a million pieces, so I'd say that we're doing about as good as we can. I'm a little bit relieved, but it's not a warm and fuzzy kind of a feeling. There's still lots of handle parts to work on. The pommel on this sword is big and it's heavy, and so I need to figure out an effective way to secure it and fasten it to the rest of the blade. And I also need to kind of work on balance and what that's going to do for the performance. Epoxy pins, and I can get ready for the last bit of assembly. I'm very happy with how it ended up. I gave it everything I've got. I made it as structurally sound and as ornately fashioned as I could. It looks pretty good. I'm glad that I've got something that I'm happy with, and I'm just ready for it to get tested, and let's just see what happens.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the kill test. To find out how lethal your weapons are, I'm going to take your weapons and deliver some lethal blows on this wild boar carcass. Jared, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this. All right, Jared, let's talk about your Sutton Hoo sword here. First up, it is a massive beast. There's a lot of weight to this. Now, this is a very thick and hairy wild boar, so the cuts are deep despite all that here. Overall, sir, your weapon, it will kill.
Thank you.
All right, Josh, your turn, sir. You ready?
That's why I'm here, let's go.
Nice job, man.
All right, Josh, your edge is sharp. As you can see, it cut the pig in half. Overall, sir, your Sutton Hoo, it will kill.
Thank you.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the strength test, the enemy shield chop. I'm going to be using your Sutton Hoo swords to chop into these enemy shields. Jared, you're up first. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Great job, bud.
Thank you.
All right, Jared, subtlest of things on this handle, these rivets are still a little sharp, you know, they need to be peened over a little more. So on the base of my hand, I was getting a little bit of rubbing. Your blade has taken small rolls, but in general, this held up really well. I think you did a great job making a Sutton Hoo sword. It's a nice job.
Thank you.
All right, Josh, you're up. You ready?
Do work.
All right, Josh, your handle, I think you did a really great job. I think that the artistry in here is beautiful. As for blade damage, there's a couple of small rolls, but in general, I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
All right, bladesmiths, this is the sharpness test, the animal hide slice. Jared, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, Jared, let's talk about your weapon here. So as you see when I'm cutting the hide, this area right here is quite sharp. But this area right here that took some rolling or damage during the strength test just isn't quite sharp and it skips. But overall, sir, it will cut.
Thank you.
All right, Josh, your turn. So you ready?
Send it.
Let's do this.
Nice job, man.
All right, Josh, let's talk about your weapon here. You have a wicked grind over here because even on the areas that took some rolling, it's still razor sharp. On the cuts here, it's like hot knife through butter. Overall, sir, your sword, you will cut.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so you came to this forge to show the world you have what it takes as bladesmiths to win the title of Forge and Fire Champion and get a check for $10,000. And I gotta say, both of you set the bar extremely high with your swords, and I know Ben is very proud of your work. You should be too. But guys, at the end of the day, only one of you can take the title. Judges have made a final decision. Today's Forge and Fire Champion is Josh. Congratulations, man. Now, Jared, you are an extremely talented smith, but unfortunately, you're not going home with the win today. Your time in this competition has ended. I'm gonna have to ask you to please step off the forge floor.
Thank you all very much. I'm happy with what I made. I did my very best, but I don't think there's any question that his blade performed better all around.
All right, Josh, congratulations, man. You're the newest Forge and Fire champion, and you got yourself a check for $10,000. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Feel good. I feel relieved, blessed, and ecstatic that I just won.
You have plans for the money?
I get the title, God gets the glory, wife gets a patio.
Wife gets a patio.
I had a blast. Performing under the pressure, meeting new people. If anybody's thinking about doing this, try it out. It really was a lot of fun.